Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Yeah, I know I'm like 19 minutes early. Ha! Plot twist. Surprise! I am sick as a dog. And I know PETA would be infuriated to hear something like that. They'll probably put out a tweet and say something like, why don't you just say that you're sick as a sick person? Anyway, yeah, I just figured I'd put this out. Yeah, I am genuinely, like, really sick. I'm actually surprised I have a voice. Usually this much into it, I'm dying. Dying. But, I got kids. And these little kids, they go to school. They got parents who send them to school while they're sick because they come from an industrialized school system where you go to work even when you're sick because otherwise your boss will get mad at you, which is an absolutely redonkulous idea, but hey, that's what we deal with. My kids are like yelling and I don't even care because I'm like just so freaking tired, so freaking sick. Anyhow, yeah, man, so kids got sick. They're better now. I stayed up night after night after night taking care of them. Past couple nights my wife has been sick. Took care of her. She's much, much better now. However, now I got it. So, anyway, you guys want to talk about comics, that's your time. Because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on. I'm just saying. I am not doing so well. So, yeah. Usually I come on, like, at 8. And there's a whole slew of questions already for me. But I don't have anything right now. I did see Into the Spider-Verse. It was really freaking good. Oh, Incorrigible Ghost Slayer. Hi. It's befitting, right? you can tell that it's Venom. Thank you very much. It was either that or Deathstroke, because I feel like that also. What's going on, man? Welcome to the channel. Sorry, that's the reason why I didn't really want to go live. Oh! Anyhow, so, yeah, so Into the Spider-Verse, I put up the review for that. That was surprisingly really good. Wow, surprisingly really good. What else? I saw, oh yeah, I put up my review for Titans. That episode wasn't quite as bad. I think the season finale comes up next week. People are asking me about Pennyworth, the new Gotham prequel featuring just Alfred. It's no spoilers. What do you call it? I think that's funny that they're going to do a prequel for Alfred because the whole purpose of Gotham is that it's a prequel to Bruce Wayne becoming Batman. So we're going to be doing a prequel to a prequel. You know what I'm saying? What's next? Are we going to be doing a prequel to the I can't even remember his name, but I think one of the guys that Alfred trained under, I think he actually had a name. Anyway, no, I know for a fact he did because the guy who recruited him, damn it, was one of Scott Snyder's stories. Anyway, I'll bet you they wanted doing a prequel to the prequel to the prequel where they talk about that guy. The Knight. I think you called him Black Knight or something like that. Anyway, I could just imagine that. Deranged Technics, what's up, man? So it looks like deranged from here because I'm so sick. Mark Guerrero, what's up? Next year, DCW is doing Crisis on Infinite Earths. What's DCW? I don't know what DCW is. DC Warner Brothers, maybe? Please fill me in on that. What else is going on? Tomorrow, CW. Okay, gotcha, the CW one. Oh, they call that DCW? Alright, cool. Crisis on Infinite Earths would be cool. Great way to incorporate a bunch of things. I'm wondering, that's something I've been thinking about, but not like in depth. I've been thinking about it. I want to know what they're going to do with the CW, because now they've got the thing, the digital streaming service, and I'm wondering, like, are they going to incorporate those two things? Are they going to have appearances back and forth? Are they going to stop adding things to the CW? And like with Fox, I think Fox has the, or does CW, I can't remember who has Black Lightning. I've only been watching on Netflix, but I haven't even watched the second season yet. So I don't know what they're going to do with that. That's interesting. What's my take on the Marvel reset on Fantastic Four? I don't know what the reset on the Fantastic Four is. I think I saw I saw something where they said, oh, they're going to reboot the Fantastic Four in the MCU. I'm like, well, duh, of course they are. So I think that the article that I saw, the headline was just really sad because I just looked at it, I was like, well, duh, of course they're going to reboot it. What, they're gonna keep, genderless Thing? You know what I'm saying? And no, they're not. What's your take? Oh, Mr. Pick. Well, sorry to hear about what Lucretia Martel said about the MCU. I don't know who she is or what she said. Could you fill us in, please, Mr. Mr. Pick? Hey, what's going on, Red Hood? Mark Guerrero, CW is still developing shows. Really? They are going to do a Batwoman. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I didn't see the new thing they're doing right now. I haven't watched any of the CW shows in forever. Strange Technics, Hawkman movie needs to be made. Dude, you know what? Are there too many superheroes shows currently? Yes, Drew B. I definitely think that there are. They're just doing superhero shows for the sake of doing superhero shows at this point because they know that they're going to sell. The problem, this reminds me of, sorry, I'm in the middle of doing a master's program right now. And this is one of the things that I actually talk about in the master's program. There are too many different businesses out there that are all trying to get the few dollars that we have. Think about this. Our minimum wage in the United States is garbage. It's garbage. It hasn't really like the federal minimum wage, for the most part, hasn't truly increased since the 1970s. Yet production has gone up massively. So if and inflation obviously has gone up since the 1970s. So think about that. The price of, let's just say something simple like milk has gone up drastically since, but we're not making any more money. I remember when I was a little kid. I was born in 1975, and I remember when I was a little kid driving around still in the late 70s and always seeing that the signs for the prices for gasoline were way under $1. I remember when I was a teenager, I used to go, when I first got my driver's license at 17, you can get your driver's license at 17 in New Jersey, or at least you could at the time. I got my driver's license the day I turned 17, and I would drive around that whole year, and for a little bit afterwards, I would get gas, and it would always be 99 cents, something to that effect. Or was it $1.99? I don't remember, but either way, it was one of those two. But I remember really cheap gas. I remember that I used to get this gas, and I used to think, no, I wouldn't go over, would it? Because then people just wouldn't buy it anymore. And it suddenly shifted to like $2.13 or whatever it was. And I just remember, like, that's a lot. Like, how are they just going to jump up? And now I was like, they're never going to stop raising the prices. And now we see the gas prices just boom, high. But we haven't had increases in wages. We're hoping for raises, but you're still starting off at the bottom. And it sucks. It's painful. It sucks. So And businesses are all trying to get our money. So now I relate this back to comic book TV shows. We've all only got but so much time in the day. How many comic book TV shows can we watch? And I know a lot of guys are saying, hey, Professor, do you watch this? Do you watch this? You should start watching this and this and this. The problem is, if I do that, my main thing is reviewing comic books. And there are more than 50 comic books that I'm reviewing this week alone. Last week was almost 50. You know what I'm saying? So where would I find the time to read my comic books and do my morning job and watch my kids? Like, if I'm also watching TV shows all the time, it would just be too much, and it would definitely be superhero burnout, and I would have to take a week off. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that. There's too much superhero stuff out right now, and I get the idea of capitalize on it, get it while it's hot, but it's literally everybody fighting for a sliver of the same exact pie. It's not like we're adding pies somehow. There's too much going on, and unfortunately, the only way to really sate that would be to take away from some of these companies. For instance, Fox is done with movies at this point. We're not entirely sure if we're actually going to see the Dark Phoenix movie or the New Mutants movies. And I say good. I don't want to see them. I don't want them to exist. Make them go away. I'm okay with it, seriously, because who cares? Who cares? The faster we get rid of those and get those out of our mind, the faster we'll see the reboots. Because do we honestly think that Marvel is going to use any of those characters from the Fox properties, the X-Men and the Fantastic Four? No, they absolutely will not. Therefore, I say, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, I see something that relates. Incorrigible Goat Slayer. France has had enough of the redistribution of wealth tax systems. I 100% agree, and the French are better than us in that regard. I heard people saying, oh, but some people died. Well, I haven't actually seen that, and I know that there was a terrorist attack that was completely unrelated to that. The Yellow Vests actually have a really good way of doing what they're doing. Yes, a lot of them resort to violence, and I gotta be honest, I don't completely put that off the table. I know it sounds, there's a whole bunch of people just like, oh no, I was taught, I was indoctrinated, don't do violence. But the question is, who were you indoctrinated by? I'll tell you right now, it was the rich, it was the status quo. The status quo are the ones who say, hey, calm down, all right? You want to complain about something, write your congressman, but who the hell reads letters or emails anymore? And Congress, looking at the loud voices of their big, giant, companies that own them, all right, like Big Pharma. Pharma is the biggest, like, why are our medical bills out of the way? Because Big Pharma spends more than the other two highest top distributors, which is fossil fuels. Why are we still in fossil fuels? Oh, yeah, because our Congress is bought, because our president is bought, because the Supreme Court, for crying out loud, is bought. And then also, besides Big Pharma and fossil fuels, the military-industrial complex, in other words, the war profiteers. It's a funny thing, our country is bought. A lot of countries are bought. And with the French, they're like, yeah, I don't care if you're bought or not. You're going to work for us. And they got so violent that not only did they get what they want, they got more than what they wanted. They just said, kill those gas prices. And they turned around and France said, you know what, we're going to raise the minimum wage also. Good idea, Macron, because they were calling for your head. And they were probably going to get it. So, yeah, I'm totally down with that. Totally 100% down with that. You don't take things off the table when you're trying to fight for your rights. That's just not something that you do. And this is a comic book channel. I should be talking about comic books. Sorry, I'm sick. I'm just kind of bloop. So, Black Widow movie. Mr. Pick, yes, I am so down. I'm so waiting for a movie. Okay, Red Hood. Titans and Daredevil, the only superhero shows I actually care about. I wish Titans wasn't so dark, but hey. Really, you didn't like The Punisher? Because I'm down with The Punisher, too. Mark Guerrero got Batman the Animated Series on Blu-ray. Gotham Season 4 as early Christmas presents. Nice. Read The Incorrigible Goat Slayer. Mark Guerrero, I'm a DC guy, so I watch the DC shows. I only watched Agents of S.h.i.e.l.d. for one season, lost interest. And Marvel Netflix after Iron Fist. Oh, Iron Fist is a low bar, man. And Season 1 of Agents of S.h.i.e.l.d. was good. Season 2 wasn't quite as good. The Season 4 and 5 were amazing. So if Apple... Drop frames detected. Okay, sorry. So if sorry, I can't read right now. Mr. Pick. So if Apple buys Sony, the Spider-Man goes right back to Marvel due to contractual reasons. I did not know that. I still do not know that unless I actually see documentation that shows as such. I don't like to deal in rumor and speculation. Or if anybody's a WWE fan, definitely watch the freaking or listen to the Bruce Pritchard show. Bruce Pritchard, he's the guy who played Brother Love. He's the best. And one of the silly things that he says is, I don't deal in rumor and innuendo. Obviously, innuendo is only rumors when it comes to sex and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, who's dating who? That's innuendo. But he says, I don't deal in rumor and innuendo. It's like, this has nothing to do with sex. It's like, I said. And so it's just funny. That's just funny to me. But is the stream still dead? Because it's saying that it's back up. Anyway, it's saying that it's back up. Yeah, it said that it dropped some frames. Hold on. Hey, can you turn off the YouTube, please? Thank you. That might be affecting it. So, yeah. Anyhow, yeah, I'm assuming, without, ultimate commentary on it. Ultimate's not even the word I'm looking for, but I'm tired and I'm sick. Yeah, I assumed that if somebody bought Sony, that the rights would go back, which would be awesome. I hope that they were smart enough to put that in their contract, but I don't know that they actually have. So unless I actually see the contract, which I doubt we're ever going to see the true contract, then I don't know what to go off with that. Let's see. Mr. Pick, the fight for a free country is high, but a price I'm willing to pay. Yeah, I devoted 6 years of my life to fighting for the country against enemies both foreign and domestic. So yeah, I fully agree with you, Mr. Pick. Mark Guerrero, Taskmaster versus Prometheus. That would be a great match, but Prometheus is actually more superpowered than Taskmaster is. Plus, it's DC. DC, you kind of got to give that extra. The dial goes to 11, so I'd have to give it to Prometheus. Plus, they treat Prometheus a lot better than they treat Taskmaster. Taskmaster's many times been seen as a joke who just gets punked out all the time. He's still really good, but yeah. So, let's see. Hey, what's going on, Yeto? Super excited for Domino Hot Shots. Freaking White Fox, man. Finally. I don't know what Domino Hot Shots is. I'm sorry. Could you elaborate, please? What show, Mark Guerrero says, what show do you prefer? Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, or Justice League Unlimited? Oh, man, they were both good, but Justice League... Oh, well, Justice League Unlimited. See, that's not Justice League. That's the third and fourth seasons. The third season was amazing because it was just like one continuous storyline, the whole Argus thing. That was beyond reproach. As far as season 4, though, that was more just like a bunch of different one-shots with 3 individuals, which was still a great idea, and they could have kept on doing that. They just didn't want to pay people to keep doing that. That's actually why they changed the format in season 3 in the first place. But, yeah, season 3 and 4 were amazing. As far as Earth's Mightiest Heroes, I can't remember which one was which because they changed that also. I forget if they started off with Earth's Mightiest Heroes or that was the 3rd and 4th season of that also. I don't know. I don't know. I would probably have to go with Justice League, even though I love the Avengers almost equally, but probably equally. I'd probably have to give it to Justice League just because like they came out first and it really was like this new thing. Anyway, yeah, just Justice League Unlimited. Yeah, see everybody. Angry Burp TV, what's going on, man? Everybody's calling for that. Hey, Comic Boom, what's going on, dude? Hot Shots is an all-new female team starring Domino and a number of new secret agents, heroes for her team. So, Domino Hot Shots, is that a comic book or is that a TV show? I don't know. Because if it's if it's a comic book, that would explain why I don't see February solicits for the comic book, because I actually asked Gail Simone about that, but I asked publicly, and I guess she didn't want to respond to that because it would be a like a spoiler. So I'm imagining. Mark Guerrero, Earth's Mightiest Heroes finale was a ripoff of the Justice League Unlimited finale. Was it? Oh wow. Yeah, Sean, I did start early. Sorry, just because I want to kind of finish early because I'm sick as a dog and I don't think I'm going to make it for much longer. In addition to Outlaw and Diamondback, Hot Shots is including White Fox, Black Widow, and Atlas Bear. Is Gail Simone, it is a comic book, is Gail Simone going to be writing it? Because, hell yes, I'm so down for seeing Gail writing more of her, I guess we can call it Girls Gone Wild, because that's what she titled her book in the her part in the Fantastic Four wedding special. Usually I'd consider Girls Gone Wild an insult, but she had a book called, or a part called Invisible Girls Gone Wild, which, okay, I'm going to go with that because I love what she writes those. Okay, so it is Gail Simone writing it. That is freaking awesome, so that explains why she didn't answer me. Okay, cool, very cool. Comic Boom, how do you like the Grim Knight? So far, so good, man. Like, it's established that he is an Elseworlds-ish character brought into our world. So if that's how you're going to bring Batman with guns, that I'm willing to watch. That I'm willing to read, Our Batman, if he touches a gun, I got an issue with it. The closest I ever want to see Batman getting to a gun is the pilot episode for Batman Beyond, which was heartbreaking. And if you don't know anything about if this is your first time seeing anything that has to do with comic books ever, and you're just like, Batman, who's Batman? Watch the pilot episode of Batman Beyond. You will know exactly who Bruce Wayne Batman is, and it is beyond anybody's expectation. It was amazing. Batman Beyond vs. Spider-Man 2099, Mark Guerrero, I go with Spider-Man 2099. Sorry, Batman Beyond is awesome, but he's not Spider-Man 2099, and I don't care what Death Battle says. Hey, Professor, get better. Thanks, Chewy13. I'm hoping I eventually will. I just have to... I've had pneumonia twice in my life, so I have to make sure that I keep myself warm, my chest and my back and my neck and all that stuff. Otherwise, all of a sudden, and I don't know if I'd survive a third encounter with freaking pneumonia. Like, pneumonia is the thing that kicked my butt. I used to, like, my cardio. I used to do cardio exercise all the time. I got pneumonia the first time, and I stopped doing that because it was just too hard once I had that scar tissue on my lungs. So I started doing powerlifting at that point, and I loved it. It was great. I actually started to bulk up a lot, you know, which is great when you're as tall as I am. Like, forget about it. It looks good. But then I got pneumonia again. I'm like, okay, I'm going to stick with yoga, and I started doing DDP yoga, and I'm still not even consistent with it, but yeah, so I got a chicken noodle soup. You know, the problem is I told my wife I can't make dinner tonight, so I just gave the kids a bunch of fruits until she came home. My oldest son is still sick right now, but my youngest, he's the one you hear whooping and yelling and laughing. But my wife, I was like, could you please bring home food? And I knew this was not going to be a great idea, but she got Wendy's. And my opinion is Wendy's is probably the healthiest of the fast foods. Still not particularly healthy, but healthier than most. So, unfortunately, it's not going to be chicken soup. It's going to be a baked potato with some sour cream and the number one burger, the regular burger with lettuce and tomatoes and pickles and onions and stuff like that. So hopefully. Miss Marvel is getting another print. G. Willow Wilson is leaving Marvel. Hope you feel better. Also, by the way, sooner than later. Thanks, Incorrigible Goat Slayer. Yeah, I just heard that G. Willow Wilson is leaving because now she's doing, with Carrie Nord, she's doing Wonder Woman. I'm not the biggest fan of what she's doing so far, but it's still the first arc, and I'm definitely going to stay with her for the first arc, and at the very least, the first issue of the next arc. We'll see what's going on. Wonder Woman is a very delicate character. You can't stray too far from her. You know what I'm saying? God forbid everybody's going to start complaining that she's suddenly wearing white and she's a secret agent with no powers all of a sudden. Oops, that happened. Is Darkseid a confirmed vegetarian? You know, I don't know, man. I don't even know where that's coming from, but that's... You're about to make a sick man start laughing, which means I'm going to start coughing pretty soon. Okay. Batman Beyond was amazing. One of the best cartoons I've watched. It really is. Like, as far as I'm concerned, that and the Batman series, the Batman animated series, are the bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the brass ring that you need to reach for just to be considered. You know what I'm saying? Like quantifiably a good. If they can't compare you in a positive way to those two series, I don't think that you even deserve to have a cartoon. You know what I'm saying? Because those were just the absolute best. Eating cloves of garlic could help. I'm an Italian brother. You don't have to, Mark. You don't have to talk to me about cloves of garlic, man. But yeah, I hear you. The Rogues versus the Sinister Six. I'm gonna give it to this. Well, you know what? On the outskirts, I would have to give it to the Sinister Six, except for one thing. The Flash is so ridiculously powerful that the fact that the Rogues could even hang for as long as they do with the Flash, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, that really gives them... So I'd say, powers-wise, no, man, that's Sinister Six. But working together as a team under Captain Cold... yeah, it's got to go to the Rogues. So you know what, like, thinking about it, yeah, I'm going to give it to the Rogues. Aggressive Relaxation, what's going on, man? Yeah, I know, I was really bummed out with the end of Weapon X also. I really started to love, yeah, also, I really also started to love the good Sabretooth, but I expected status quo to return to normal, because that's just the way that comic books are, but it is what it is, man. That really sucks. Yeah, and he's just like a savage berserker again. And Graydon Creed is back again, and he's going to be extremely ungrateful, probably ungrateful, and it's just going to be whatever it is, what it is. I feel like Sabretooth isn't necessarily evil now, just feral. No, yeah, you're 100% right, Yeto. That's exactly what he is now, but they're just going to use that to turn him evil again. If he was going to get out of his inversion, I was really hoping he'd be more of the tuxedo-wearing Sabretooth again with, you know, a girl on either arm, you know, saying, sitting in the clubs that he owns and just, you know what, being made a member of the Hellfire Club. How sick would that be? I want to see, you know what, watch, I'll tell you what, if I do break into comic books, you know what I'm saying, and I start writing comic books, bet you're going to see suddenly, hey, Professor, you want to write a mutant comic book? Yes I do. And guess who I'm making a member of the Hellfire Club? So, hey, all those other writers out there could try and beat me to it, but I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Saladin Ahmed will take over Miss Marvel. Oh, that could actually be really good, Sean. That is awesome. Mark Guerrero, DC should publish Alan Moore's Twilight of the Superheroes. Yes, they should. They're actually publishing his they're going on second prints of his From Hell. Issue number 2 just came out this week. That's the Jack the Ripper story that he made. That yes did become a that's actually a comic book movie, but with Johnny Depp starring in it. The Mr. Miracle series, Yeto says, brought Darkseid a veggie platter. He seemed to enjoy a little bit too much. He had a carrot, man, and he double dipped. Actually, it was Comic Boom that pointed that out to me, man. Like, great observation. Dylan, what's going on, Dylan? Hey, what's going on, Professor? Hope you feel better. Me too. Me too, brother. Reggie Simmons, Sarah Pichelli, officially off Fantastic Four. Yes, I think she is, actually. I don't know. We'll see. I like the art that's coming out late in the most recent issue, the wedding special. So we'll see. I just like the way that they're drawing the Thing as of late. He should be a big, bulky, rocky dude. You know what I'm saying? Who's got a lot of facial expressions, and I don't know that I've seen that from Sarah Pichelli. Would Emma even let Sabretooth join? F Emma. Sean, F Emma. As far as I'm concerned, it's up to frickin' what's his name? The Black King. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Sebastian Shaw. Hey, Paula, what's going on? Happy holiday, whatever you celebrate. Mark Guerrero, Lex Luthor in his apocalyptic suit versus Doctor Doom. No, sorry, Doctor Doom. I'm never going to go over Doctor Doom, dude. Nope, sorry. Luthor's cool and all. But at the end of the day, you know what I would suggest the way that battle would work if I were doing a death battle is that Luthor's suit is in general more powerful, but besides the fact that Doom has more power, not more power, the fact that he's got magic to accompany what he does, and psychic ability. He's got some psychic abilities too. He could do that mind transference, that he learned from what was the name of that race in his second appearance. Anyway, the Ovoids, I think they were called. Anyway, he also built all of his own tech. That Apocalyptian armor is called that because Doomsday had that made for Darkseid had that made for him. So while he may have went and reverse engineered it, reverse engineering something is very different from actually engineering something in the first place. Speaking as a former professional electrical engineer, I can assure you know a product inside and out when you've created it. You know what I'm saying? So no, I'm gonna have to go with Dr. Doom. How you feeling, Professor? Paula, I'm just sick. My family got sick. My oldest son got sick. Got my youngest son sick because he goes to public school. He just goes to school, duh, like kids do. Got my youngest son sick. Oldest son got sick again after my wife wound up getting sick. I was taking care of the family the whole time, and staying up late nights and whatnot. And I just got not nearly enough sleep for this entire time. And then boom, I suddenly just farted out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't have the energy anymore to resist the sickness. So yeah, now I'm sick. Okay. Buffy versus Xena. Oh, I don't know, dude. Probably Xena, but I don't know. Yeto, Emma would assume that Sabretooth is a brainless grunt. Yep, you're right. She likes using those types of people as pawns. No, you're right. And you know what? They might actually bring him in as a pawn. Make him think that he's something special. Yeah, F Emma too. So tired of her, right? Dr. Doom versus Dupe. Oh, that's not even fair, Sean. But I'm going to go with Doom. Yeto, if there's ever the possibility of Marvel vs. DC again, I'd love to see Dr. Doom take on Batman. No, because Dr. Doom's a bad guy and Marvel is too damn respectful of DC, and they would have Batman win. And I just don't think that's fair. If you guys want to see what Dr. Doom is really all about, go and look it up on YouTube, Dr. Doom OP, or what, Dr. Doom's full powers, Dr. Doom takes on everybody, or something like that. He takes on the Fantastic Four and the Avengers, and he freaking wins. He wins. And, he was just so BA in that, man. I loved that. Rooting for Doom all the way. See, yeah, Yeto knows what he's talking about. Mark Guerrero, what's your favorite Transformers series? I go with Transformers Animated. Nah, G1, baby. The G1. And then the movie, of course. P.A. Stewart, kids are germ factories. They really are. Sean, Coulson should kill Mariah Hill in the next Avengers. Yes. Please make that happen. And Prep God Batman thing is ridiculous. Everything. Who would win? Batman versus... You can't even get out who he's fighting. Just, well, how much prep time does he have? It's like, he's got 5 minutes. He's got a half hour. He's got a year. What's it matter? What's it matter? You know, so he's still got his plot device belt, so who cares? But you know what? Check out my my review for Batman Annual issue number 3 that just came out this week. I just put it up today. That was heartwarming as hell. That was just such a great issue, man. What I find most preposterous about Batman, Yeto says, is how he technically kills everybody he beats it. Right? P.A. Stewart, Sean Mariah Hill is a stone-assed bee, but don't kill her. Nah, we don't really want her dead. Just, you know, like, I think Emma would be better if they just let her go for a while. Like, Emma disappeared, and they immediately, you know, in the beginning of the, right before Secret Empire started. Right before it started, and then in the middle of Secret Empire, she shows up again. And she's doing even worse things. She already attacked the Inhumans unjustly and instigated things in a major and ridiculous way. Then she turns around and attacks the mutants, taking over Zorn and all that stuff. And it's like, dude, so are you trying to make us hate these guys? Come on now. No one can survive how hard he hits criminals. I know, right? Mark Guerrero, Gotham is officially wrapped. Oh, has it? Okay, so the last episode is going to be him showing himself as Batman. That's cool. I'm down with that. Also, Batman's supposed to appear in the next issue of episode of Titans on the DC streaming service. So, yay. Sean, but the worst thing... talking to PA. Mark Guerrero, Suicide Squad versus Dark Avengers. Suicide Squad, dude. Well, then again... Dark Avengers, you're not talking about the one that actually has Ares and Sentry in it, are you? Because why would you even ask such a ridiculous question if that were the case? So I'm going to assume that you're talking about without those two on it, in which case, yeah, Suicide Squad. Let's see. Yeto, Emma just needs to decide what she is, hero or villain. Oh, no. I'm actually okay with Emma being Emma. Like, she doesn't need to choose a side. You know what I'm saying? What the heck was the who said that? That's there is no good, evil. I think it was from like Ash, one of those Ash movies. Yeah. It was like good Ash, bad Ash. And I can't remember what he said afterwards, but like it was great. No prize to the first person that comments who puts in what that was, please. What that line was. It makes the X-Men look pretty incompetent since they continually fall for her mind games. Yeto, you're 100% correct. Yes, it does make her look incompetent. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, you guys are just... I will never forgive her for saying she ended both civil wars, right? I will never forgive Emma for existing. Wow. Anyway... Okay, guys, so, yeah, it's a slow day. There's not a lot of people on, and I'm, like, really sick anyway. Red Hood versus Winter Soldier. Loves me some Red Hood, but I believe that Winter Soldier would win. I hate to say it, but I also believe that Winter Soldier would win against Dick Grayson. I know that's not a very popular thing to say, but, because he's like bae to guys and girls alike, but... he's boo-bae. But, yeah, I generally believe that Winter Soldier would win. He's just way... too systematic in what he does. Anyway, all right, yeah, cool. Sorry, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. And yeah, okay. I love you guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.